Hey guys, what's going on? So today we're going to learn the song Wonderful Tonight by Eric Clapton. Really a classic song. And we're going to learn the whole song. I'm going to show you all the parts. And I have a lead sheet, which is a music chart, lead sheet. I have a lead sheet to help us get through the whole thing, right? Everything is on the sheet. So I'm going to explain some things about that sheet so you understand how it works. And we're going to learn the parts to the song, right? So let's go ahead first and just take a peek at this chart, this lead sheet, and I'll explain a couple of things, alright? So go ahead and look at it now. Now, as you can see, one cool thing about a lead sheet is it has all the sections labeled. On the left of the pages, you see it says intro, verse, pre-chorus, bridge, chorus, all going down the side. On the second page, we have verse 3, pre-chorus, chorus, and then we have our outro, although it doesn't say it. But anyway, that's something cool about a lead sheet is that it's got all the sections labeled, which helps you really understand where you are in the song and the construction of the song. And that's called form, knowing the form. You know, the intro, the chorus, blah, blah, blah. Knowing where the sections are. So, that's going to help you with this, knowing the form, seeing where you are. And that's something cool. So you can use a lead sheet with musicians, with your friends, and it helps you, just play the songs faster. If you can read them, then it's just helpful, right? It's like, boom, you got it. It's quick. Alright, so that's something about the form. Now, I want you to notice on measure 5, there's this little bar, it looks like this. On the very left, right next to the G chord, it goes like this, right? And that is a repeat sign, okay? So if you go all the way to measure 22, where there's a D chord, it has the same symbol but completely backwards. And that means we're going to play the song like we normally do when we read a chart. But when we get to that second repeat sign, the second one, we're going to jump all the way back to the first one. So back to measure 5, and we start there and we continue to play. So we play the section again. It means repeat this part. In between these two spaces, we repeat. But the second time, we don't repeat again, only once. And then we just pass it up and we keep going. Okay? So that's something to know about the repeat. And the only other thing, really, is you notice there's some notation. There's not tabs, right? And don't be afraid if you don't know how to read, because I'm going to show you the lick anyway. And if you don't know how to read it, it's okay. Just play the lick here, And that's that, okay? And if you are interested in learning how to read music, I totally recommend it. It's literally one of the best brain exercises you can do. It will make you smarter, and it's just cool to be able to do in music, right? So tabs are cool. Reading is also cool. It's like kind of a whole other little level, big level rather. And anyway, it's all good. But that's enough. Let's go ahead and just start, okay? So, we're going to start off with the melody, the intro melody. There's basically two parts to learn in this song. There is a melody, and then there's the chords, right? So we're going to learn this melody first. So let's check it out. So basically, what you're going to do is, you're going to put your third finger on the 10th fret of the second string, and then these two fingers, the second finger will go right behind it on the 9th fret, and the first finger back on the on the 8th fret. So you have all three down at the same time. And we're doing that because we're going to bend, and it's stronger if we have more fingers to help us bend. So we start there, and let me show you how it's going to go. It's going to go like this. And always bend. So that's basically the main melody. So let's go ahead and try. So now that you have your hand in this place, it's going to set you up nicely. So the very intro, the very first part, is the only time where the melody is a little different. The very first beginning of the song. So it goes like this, right? You got your finger here. Now, we're going to hit this note and bend up. And then down. And so you play it when it's not bent, whatever. So you got two sounds, bum, bum, and then play the first finger here. Bum. So the first 3 notes. Ba, ba, ba. Okay? Try that on your own. Ba, ba, ba. Now we put our 3rd finger back down. Bum. So ba, 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 ba. Okay? And that's really kind of how this thing goes. And we're going to be switching the notes a little bit. Okay? So let's try. Check this out. Ba, 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 ba. Right? Now the second time it's a little different. We go ba, 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 bum. So the last note we put our 2nd finger on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. Okay? And then again ba, 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 ba. So if you look at the first 4 bars, that's exactly what it does. Check this out. It goes like this. 1, 2, ba, 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 and then it just sustains. So that is the very intro. Okay, try that. Ba, ba, okay, so go ahead and you can pause the video and just work this part out. That's the only time it does it like that. Now, the rest of the song we play the melody again, but it's a little different. So after we play that first 4 bars, the next one, which is still in the intro, then we play kind of the same. So, ba, 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 right? Ba, 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 just the same, but this time it's different. Ba, 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 and now we walk up with the melody. Bum, 12th fret, bum, 13th, bum, 12th fret of the E string, and then 10th fret. Okay? So, and that's how it ends. Okay? So that part, so that's like the second half of the intro. That part happens again in the song, and the first part doesn't happen anymore, except for the very first time. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, I'm not actually going to play this. I'm going to play the chords when we play through the whole song, because there's no band behind me, right? If there was a band, I would play the melody, but there's not. So maybe if it's just you playing acoustic guitar, you can just play the chords. But I'm giving you the option, and I just want you to know what the lick is, how to play it. And then you can decide what you want to do when you play. If you play with the band, for sure play the melody. If you play by yourself, you don't have to. So I will sing it during while we play the song. Although I'm not a singer, I'm just doing it to show you this is where you would play the melody. Okay? And you can if you'd like to. So let's do the melody once more. We'll do the whole intro. I'll play it. Ready? So 1, 2. So it's pauses. Now the next 4 bars. Ready? Now we do the walk up. And then the verse begins. So that's how the intro will sound, alright? You can pause it and work it out on your own. And now let me show you about the chords. So the chords, this is cool. We've done a lot of picking technique, right? With me. You've done a lot of picking technique when it comes to strumming and picking and kind of mixing it. And this song is all like that as well. So let's go ahead and check out the chords. We have G major. You know G. Now we have something kind of special. It's D major over F sharp. If you see it, it's like D/F sharp. When you see any chord like that, it always means that the first note is the chord. It's a D major chord. But the bass, the next note, the F sharp, has to be played as the lowest note. So you play a D, normal, but you gotta play F sharp in the bass. And if you play with a band, the bassist will play that, and you won't have to. But there's no band, so we gotta play it. Here's my F sharp. So here is one way you can play this. D chord like normal. Some guys like to reach over with their thumb on the second fret of the E string. You don't play the A string. And that's D over F sharp. Go ahead and try that. Now I'm actually going to play it a little differently during this song. I'm going to play it like this. Second finger on the second fret of the third string. Third finger on the third fret of the second string. And first finger on the second fret of the E string. And I will play this E open. I'm not going to play A. So, and this is how you can play it, or you can play with your thumb if you like that as well. Okay, that's D over F sharp. The rest of the chords in the song you know already. We have C add 9. I'm going to play it a little differently than we played it before. So instead of keeping the pinky back here like we have done, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take it off, and it's going to be like this. Okay? You can play with the pinky if you want. And then we have D chord. So our chords, G, D over F sharp, C add 9, D. And that's going to be like that in the verse and in the choruses, in the intro. Most of the song is just these chords. But in the pre-chorus and a couple, basically the pre-chorus it changes a bit. So we have then C major, which you know, D major, and then we have G, D over F sharp, E minor, and these are basically, we've covered all the chords now. Okay, and so we've covered all the chords now. All of those chords are all the chords in the song. And you know all of those except for D over F sharp is a new one, maybe. Alright? So, let's show you how to pick them, and then we'll just play the whole song. Alright? So basically, each one of these chords, I'm going to simplify it a little bit from what Eric is really doing exactly, but it's basically the same. So basically, we're always picking each chord 8 times. Well, each measure you pick 8 times, because there is one measure that has 2 chords inside of it. But 8 times, so like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've done this type of thing. Next chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We always pick 8 times within each chord, and basically we go from low to high and back down. It doesn't have to be any exact order, okay? You just got to make sure you have this feel. 8 times. Alright? That's basically it. So let's go ahead and try it once, and then we'll play the whole song. Let's try it with the verse, like the first 4 chords. Ready? Play slow. 3, 4, so G, D over F sharp, C add 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See what I'm saying? So you can kind of do it however works, alright? It doesn't have to be super specific, but that's basically what you do. And I recommend just listening to the studio version, the album version of this song, and listening to him and, you know, using this chart as well, and then just playing with it, right? So first with me, then with the real song. Alright, now let's go ahead and jump in and play the whole song. So I'm just going to read through the whole song. You're going to read the chart with me. I'm going to play it. You can sit out the first time if you want to understand how it goes. I'll be talking, helping you read the chart. And then jump in the second time. Or just jump in right away. So now, there's actually one other thing I didn't mention, and that is on the verse. If you look at the verse, the end of the verse, right before the pre-chorus, we do this bass line walk-up. Kind of like we did with Walk the Line and other songs. We did this bass line lead-in thing. And we're going to do it. So we have a D chord as the last chord of the verse. And then right before the 7th and the 8th hit, we play the low A string, the 2nd string then, 2nd fret on the A string, and then we start our C chord. It's a little bass line. See how I did that? A, B, C, and that's what the notes are on the page. You see there's 2 notes, that's an A and a B. And then the pre-chorus, C note, which starts the chord. Alright, I think that's everything you need to know. One more thing. The very end, check this out. The very second to last measure, it says R-I-T at the underneath the measure. And that means slow down. So we slow down for the ending, just at the end. And that's what that means. Okay? Alright, I think that's it. So remember, I will sing the melody rather than play it. You can play it with me at the same time if you want. But I'm just doing this to show you that's where you would do it if you played with the band. Okay? Alright, let's check it out. So let's go for it, the whole song. Start with the intro. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Right? And the next time. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da da. Now we're in the verse. D O rough sharp. C at 9. 8 times everything. Go with this walk up, right? Ready? Bum, bum, bum. Before the pre-chorus, yeah. We're in the pre-chorus now. Walk down. E minor. C, D. Here comes the repeat sign. Back to those first repeats. Now melody. Ba da na na. Verse 2, we've repeated, right? Great. Walk up to the pre-chorus. Bum, bum, bum. Pass it this time, right? Keep going. G. 2 measures of G. Bridge. C, D, G, D, a rough sharp, E minor. C, D, C. Now we're just gonna hold D. 1, 2, 3, 4, melody. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 da. Again. Da 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 da. Dee 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 dee. Ba 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 ba. Now we're in verse 3. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. Ready, walk down. Last chorus. Here we go. slow down. Da, 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 da. Right? Okay, great. So that, I played through the whole song start to finish with the chart. I hope it makes sense with these melodies. Sorry, I'm just singing these, but if it's just you, you don't even need to do that. Or you can sing it if you're just playing guitar. Or, play with the actual recording and play the melody with him, of course, when he plays, So, everything is there. I showed you how to do all the parts, all the stuff. You can use this chart again to help you. And watch the video again from when I play and play with me. If you need to just watch how it works the first time, that's okay. But yeah, so I guess now just play with me, work on it until you get it, listen to the original, and have fun with it. It's a really, really beautiful song. And that melody with the bends, it's really cool. Anyway, great song. Thank you for watching. That's it with this lesson. That's a wrap, and we'll see you in the next lesson. Adios.